here's my top 3 mid-ladder decks. So the first deck, as you can see here, I'm going to take a quick screenshot so I can put it at the start, is a Golem with Witch and Skeleton King deck. Obviously, I'm using some high-ladder meta decks in mid-ladder, and I am struggling to get out of mid-ladder. I haven't managed to push above 5,800 so far, and I know what you're thinking. You're level 14, you shouldn't be that low, and I'm aware, but at the same time, I'm not a max 14, I am a very low 14. I only have 3 max cards in the entire game. I think 3 or 4 max cards in the entire game. So I haven't been 14 for a long time, and I haven't had, tons of max cards. And that's not that I just play terribly. It's just I am slowly getting there. Sorry for rambling. Anyway, in the first play, I managed to activate my king, even though I misplaced my tombstone because I finger slipped. So this game is, it's going okay. I'm distracting myself with speaking. I'm not used to this commentary stuff, but I am going to have to get used to it because I'm obviously planning on uploading a lot more to YouTube. If you hadn't seen any of my community posts and you're new to the channel, thank you for coming to watch the video. If you enjoy, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I have just hit 1.2k subscribers, which is very exciting for a small creator like me to have surpassed 1,000 subscribers. I made a couple of edits on YouTube Shorts over the past few days, and a couple of them blew up with a few thousand views each and have helped me to, gain a few subscribers of recent. So as you saw there, I managed to defend his Hog Rider with a tombstone, and even though he EQ'd, he didn't have it in time to do it and clear all the skeletons and the tombstone and get a swing. He got no damage on the tower other than the EQ damage, and I got one golem hit and a golem pop and 2 golemite hits. So I take the damage lead here. And now I sort of just pressure with this deck. In mid-ladder, the easiest way I find to pressure with this deck is to get a witch down or a tombstone down, bait out a log, an arrows, or a royal delivery, and then use your Skelly King ability. Obviously, unfortunately, this guy has both a log and a royal delivery. So this is actually he has a very good counter deck to this golem beatdown. Other than the fact that he only has a cannon instead of maybe an inferno tower for my golem, he has a very strong counter. With having royal delivery and log, he can stop tombstones, witches, and their skeletons with the log and still have the royal delivery for the Skelly King. So if this guy had played a little bit better, I may have been in a lot more trouble than I was. But I took the tower there with the golem explosion. His death damage is quite good, even only at level 13 or maybe level 12. Yeah. And then I just tornadoed back the Hog Rider, played a tombstone up high so that if he plays another Hog Rider anytime soon, he can't break through straight away. And even where I had it placed, he tried to defend it. He tried to not hit the tombstone by baiting his placement on the Hog Rider, but he almost breaks through, gets one shot off, but not enough to secure the victory. And I take that. I'll see you in the next game. Okay, so next up is just sort of classic log bait. Not fully classic, but one of the older versions of log bait with the Valkyrie, the guards. This one's one of the newer ones with the E-Spirit. In this game, he takes a lot of damage on my left-hand tower in the first push because he didn't really start in hand. I started with the Inferno Tower, but I watch a guy called Royale. If you don't know him, go follow his channel. He's the best log bait player in the world. I have no doubt that there will never be a better log bait player. And he always says it's fine to start off a push with the Goblin Barrel and something to put pressure, either a Spirit or a Valkyrie to protect or whatever. If you don't know what they're playing, and because in mid-ladder you can never tell, I decided, okay, I'll put a Goblin Barrel down, and he just went RG at the bridge and I had no elixir for my Inferno Tower. Luckily, that doesn't happen for the rest of the game. Here you'll see that I played the Goblin Barrel at the back, and the Valkyrie was at the bridge, so he couldn't push the Valkyrie back. I don't know if he had login cycle, but if he didn't, that was, an okay play there to make, putting the Goblin Barrel in the back. And then obviously this guy's got some under-leveled cards and some okay leveled cards, like same as me with this deck. I think all the cards in this deck are like level 12s and maybe one level 13. Which is the Goblin Barrel. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not a max level 14 player. I just am level 14 King Tower, but nowhere near max. I think I've got like 4 max level cards, like I said. And I just play with like level 12s, and yeah, in this deck just one level 13. But yeah, no, this guy, he plays well and keeps the pressure up. He did at the start at least, but now that I know his deck, I shouldn't have given that value. Now that I know his deck, I'm not going to risk having, no defense for the Royal Giant. I have to make sure that there's always something in hand, whether that be just a Valken Guards to DPS it down and take the elixir disadvantage, or if, I just have to make sure my Inferno Tower's in hand. It depends entirely. So here I have the Inferno Tower and Guards. I thought might as well just DPS it down as quickly as possible, and then also the Guards can protect. So I get the barrel down the back, Princess down at the bridge, and he gives up. I don't get a chance to take out his right tower as well. Not for not trying. I do put the... He doesn't actually give up, like, stops playing, but he gives up to the point where he doesn't defend it. Maybe he lagged, or, just didn't pay attention, looked away from his screen for a minute or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I just log down that tower to make sure that my princess stays alive. In case he did manage to make some miraculous quick comeback, I had his other tower dead to rights, so I was ready to just win that game. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in my third and final deck. So here we have the third and final deck. This is a Goblin Giant Sparky with E-Barbs and Rage. It is disgusting and very, very mid-ladder, but at the same time, I am a mid-ladder player. I'm trying to push to be a top-ladder player, and I keep grafting and playing every day, and now that I'm making content on Clash Royale, I'll probably push a lot higher because I'll care more. But yeah, this is a bit of a trampy deck. This guy actually is a level 13, and he has highly underleveled cards, but he does give me a run for my money for a while with his deck, because I didn't expect it. I thought I'll get cocky because he's level 13 and I saw a couple of level 11 cards, so I actually let myself slip up a little bit, and I almost let this guy beat me, which would have obviously been very embarrassing, but I also BM'd the guy at the end, and you will see why. And it isn't because I was like cocky thinking that I was way better because I beat someone with lower level cards, because he's not bad. You see, he baits out my Golden Knight ability and pulls it across the the fucking entire arena to only take 2 tower hits and no dash damage. He knows what he's doing. He's playing his Dark Goblin when he knows I'm low on elixir because I've got a high elixir deck. He knows what he's doing. If he'd have played a Giant there and pulled my E-Barbs all the way around, he probably would have killed them both. But at the same time, he has to then go defensive barrel. So yeah, that was probably a bad play on his part, but we're in mid-ladder, so I don't expect him to be the best player in the world. But this guy, honestly, he does give me a run for my money. I say good luck here, because obviously people, when they see E-Barbs Rage, they expect it to just be E-Barbs Rage with cycle cards and a few defense cards. They don't expect it to be a completely different deck. This is actually a deck that was on top ladder last season. I think the guy that finished, number 11 in the world was running this deck with E-Barbs and Rage and Sparky and Giant Goblin and everything. So I thought, well, I'll try it. And it's done okay for me. Obviously, it's underleveled. Like, most of my decks are underleveled, because I only have a max Mini P.E.K.K.A, max E-Giant, max E-Barbs, and max Expo. I haven't actually maxed one full deck yet, just a few win conditions to try and build decks from the top ladder, just to see if I can maybe one day push up there. This season, I've decided to go differently. I bought the Battle Pass early. I'm going to make sure I max it out, get all the rewards, all the items, and start to max out one full meta deck ready for the rest of this season. And for next season, I'm just going to be a one deck warrior for a little while. So yeah, as you see, we traded towers there. I took his, but he also took mine. He now defends fairly well for a while. He's lucky his witch pushed over there, because if the E-Barbs didn't get pulled over to the right hand side, I would have got a decent bit of damage on the left. But yeah, he now manages to somehow, like, obviously I didn't want to defend his pushes. I had to in the end, but I didn't want to, because obviously you see a level 11 Giant, a level 11 Dark Goblin, and obviously his max witch is a worry, but the rest of it, I'm thinking, this is fine. He gets my King Tower down to 2100 HP from over 6000. So he's done almost 4000 damage, roughly, in one push. I'm thinking to myself, right, this is game. He's beaten me, and there's no way I come back from this, but I'm going to keep it in the video anyway, because obviously all respect to this guy, like, credit where credit's due, he's done me here. But this guy then starts getting sloppy. He throws random barrels. He doesn't play. He plays that goblin, that dark goblin there in the pocket, but he doesn't back it up with anything. He doesn't let the knight cross the bridge first to defend the tower shots. So he starts playing sloppy. I managed to get like one shot off there with the goblin giant, and then my E-Barb walks on tower for one hit. And I'm thinking, okay, that's not a lot of damage, but it is damage. Like he's showing me there's spots where I can break through. My golden knight just goes on an absolute mad one, ping pong table style, just like pinball machine, goes bing 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 all over my side of the arena, hits onto his giant, takes out all of his witch's skeletons and goes up to his witch. He has to then arrows on defense here. My goblin giant is all the way through on his tower with damage going down, and then I just say good game because I think he knows that I've won. But I haven't. So my E-Barb gets through on the tower and gets 2 shots off. I then zap down this firecracker because it's only level 11. I then put E-Barb's rage. He still manages to pull him back with the 1 elixir skeletons, stop it with the knight. You know, he is defending for his life, but it's working. At the same time, I am still defending his giants and his firecrackers in the pocket and making sure I get stuff down on his goblin barrels on king. Like I said, I BM'd because he was underleveled and he almost beat me, but didn't quite manage to. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content, and I'll be sure to upload a ton more. Thanks very much.